Hello again. Welcome back to Push and Paint. I hope you enjoyed the last painting. Today we're going to turn this canvas into a nice nighttime cliff scene. I went to school in Marquette at Northern Michigan University, and I remember being outdoors quite a bit and seeing lots of wonderful moonlit skies and seeing the reflections on the lake and the cliffs, lots of rocks and pines and things like that. So today we're working with a black canvas and very few colors. It's going to be a little bit trickier, and last video was a little long, so I'm going to shorten it up this time and just try and paint. I hope you'll follow along and enjoy watching the painting. So grab your stuff, let's get started. Okay, here we are. Now I've already coated this canvas with some linseed oil for the sky to get those clouds to flow nice, and we're gonna have some big gnarly clouds coming this way. We're gonna have a nice bright moon there that's gonna shine down, and that's gonna give us our light source for the painting. So lots of backlit things. Now okay, I switched my camera angle up a little bit just so you could see through that glare, and we're going to work on some details on the moon here, but you can see we've got those clouds blocked in and detailed up, and that was just work of the filbert brush. Lots of different colors. We went with some blues, some grays, we created some cloud shadows and some highlights, so the moon really catches on those clouds and you can see right down through them. And we're going to work our way down, work on some water down here. We're going to create our background here as a little cliff face that's out there with some pine trees on it. Nice little tree line in the background, but we're just getting started. Okay, we're back working on this, and we've got our nice dynamic sky set up with some nice light reflections on the moon. We might add some more highlights in here, but who knows? We're going to start to work on our cliff face here. Get to work on that. So enjoy. Let's see. Time to make a decision. It's just lighter so I can see it, basically. We're going to have some dark. Cliffs, but I want to be able to see what we're working with here, so and this is just putting those details in there, and this is what makes your painting complete. To come back and adjust all the tones and say, okay, I want this to look like so and this to look like so. These little touches are what makes your painting complete. This is what creates your world. And again, I'm just using the paint that I've already put on the canvas. There's almost no reason to go back to your palette at all. It's all right here. You've already put it down. Just use what you got. The water line is going to be right about there. Definitely going to get a bigger brush out for this. I'm just etching my line in there so I don't go over it. Right about there. Okay, we just got our ground etched in over in front here. We're still going to work on this some more too, but definitely a lot more. We're going to work on some of that with a fan brush. We're just putting in some outlines of rocks here that are just catching that moonlight. That nice pretty moonlight we've set up. This is a nice rocky cliff, so we're going to go ahead and have some grasses in here too that you're not going to be able to see much of the grass, but you're just going to catch the little bits of it. So luckily for us, it means not a whole lot of detail with them, just little bits. And see, I'm starting with the white, and it's going to mix with the rest of those colors on the canvas, and we just sort of bring that down and let it darken itself out into the land. And we'll put some other stuff on there too, but it's nice rocky cliff. We'll put some long grasses in there on the edge, you know. We'll mess with our liner brush a little bit and put a little bit of those in there, but for now we're just sort of giving ourselves a cliff edge to look over. Okay, so what you can see we're doing here, we're adding the reflections on the water. And you can get as detailed as you want with these. Just remember they're far away, but I'm just using a fan brush because I like the idea of water just refracting most of that light. And you'll see bounces of moonlight all the way down. It just kind of spreads out. Again, you can do this with a liner brush. You can do it with a filbert brush. I'm doing it with a nice flat fan that's a bit beat up, so I get those little extra brush strokes. The errant wave that's out here, out here. Getting some reflections of those clouds, and you're just gonna sweep it side to side. Every time you have a wave, that water's gonna peak up and it's gonna catch that light, unless that water is in complete shadow, but it's gonna catch that errant light that's in the sky. So you're gonna have these little sweeping waves of light. And that's what we're doing. We're just kind of sweeping those light parts in there. Just carried away. I'm probably getting carried away right now, but that's okay. I really like what it does, so I'm doing it a little extra. This is just going to add lots of character to our water. Give us those features we want to see. Little bits right there, just little bits that you can see. And it just gives us that, instead of just having that flat, pointless water in there, and little reflections from the cliff face, you know. Okay, as you can see, I put in one of my nice little trees over here. And we're just going to take a bit of the blue and the white and maybe gray it up just a little bit. We still want there to be some color in there. We don't want it to be completely black and white. I want some little bits of hints of blue in there. And we're just going to highlight this nice tree here. It's catching the moonlight. Still, same thing. Lots of pretty shadows. But just like the trunk of the tree, it's going to have some highlights on it. Let me go back and short trunk off a little bit. We did all that work putting the trunk in there. I know I skipped over that part, but I put it in there, so I want that nice to pick up those highlights. There you go. Tree gets some character. Alright, we've got our scene all set. It's time to get down to some serious detail work here. We're going to go right for our long liner brush. We're going to get it some nice paint thinner on it. We're going to start making some of these grasses. And we'll see how well they show up. I may need to lighten those up quite a bit. And we'll put in some nice long grass. See, I gotta hold the wrist like that. Gotta be nice and slick so it'll go on the canvas. Yeah, there we go. And don't be afraid of the little blurbs you get with your paintbrush, you know, a little blurb. That's what I like to call them. Little blurbs. Because out in nature you're going to have grass, but you're going to have weeds and scrub brushes and little different things like that. You know, it's real wild. Lots of little flowers and things. So you're going to have those little blurbs. Or whatever you want to call them. Lots of little guys like this. Boy, I'll tell you what. I got music in my ears and you guys can't hear it, but there's not much more relaxing than this. Just enjoying whatever it is you like to do. You might not like to paint. You might even not like anything that artsy, you know. You might like to fish or whatever it is you find yourself doing for entertainment. Listening to the music you like, reading a book. Whatever it is that makes you happy. I urge you to take some time out of your day and definitely do it. Give yourself that time. Take away the worries about work and hardships and all the troubles that you go through, and just do what makes you happy. That's what life is really about. Last little steps, just adding some nice clean highlights and shadows to this path here, our little walking path. And again, you can get as detailed as you want with this. I might stop right around here just because painting these little details really gets tiring after a while. I've been painting for a bit, so little bits that just make it pop. But it's your world, you make it how you like. You're in control. Okay, I'd say we're just about done. We used only 3 colors, and we ended up with a nice moonlit Lake Superior shoreline. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more videos, and keep on pushing paint around.